Hi, I'm Mel, and I help you find the best parts of yourself so that you can reclaim your power because you don't deserve anything less. Today, one of my favorite topics, intuition versus ego, and how do you differentiate between the two. When I used to teach yoga and meditation in studios, I used to love helping to guide my students into nurturing their intuition because the best part is, even though we all have one, it tends to get beaten out of us by institutions and growing up and just not listening to our bodies. The caveat is everyone also has an ego. I'm here to help you strengthen your intuition so that if you have a major decision you have to make, then you can consult yourself, because ultimately we all have the answers to our own stuff. We just don't necessarily believe in ourselves. So first, let's define the two. Intuition. It is your inner voice of reason. It's the direct connection that you have to your soul, your higher power, whatever you believe in. It's very non-judgmental, it's loving, kind, and compassionate. Your intuition is also your gut feeling. So, have you ever met someone for the first time and they seem fine and nice on the outside, but for some reason, something deep inside you is telling you this person is not trustworthy? Well, that's your intuition picking up on some nonverbal communication or body language or something that you can't necessarily see, but it's sensing and it's telling you to run for the hills because this person is not good for you for one reason or another. That's your intuition, and it tries to protect you. Now, the ego. So the ego doesn't care about what's good for you. The ego's job is to keep you alive. Do you see where the lines can get blurry here? There's a difference between your intuition, which is trying to protect you, versus your ego, which is trying to keep you alive. The ego only cares about food, water, shelter, and passing your genes along to the human race, if you catch my drift. Anything that might compromise those things, the ego is like, nope, cut it out. For example, if you've ever had a crush on someone and you exchange numbers, or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever your preferred method of communication is. And now the waiting game begins. You're waiting for them to reach out, and you start putting so much pressure on wanting this person to reach out, and you don't even know if you like this person. You don't know their values. You don't know anything about their family. You don't even know if they like dogs. Yet you're investing so much in this action item of this person reaching back out to you. Your ego is obsessing over this because, one, you kind of want the validation. And two, the ego is thinking 20 years into the future and saying, oh, this could be a potential partner. And if I do not reproduce with this person, there's a chance that the human race might not survive, and that would be my fault. Kind of crazy. I want to make something really clear. The ego is not something that should be considered bad. It's not good or bad. Its only job, like I said, is survival. So don't attach any negative feelings to the ego, but just know that it doesn't necessarily know what's best for you. Now, let's say you're standing on top of a really tall cliff and you're looking down. There's something inside you that's telling you, do not do that, do not jump, that is bad news. You should absolutely listen to that. So how do you differentiate between the two? Because it can be kind of confusing, especially since during the caveman days, the ego was really important because you had threats like a saber-toothed tiger maybe coming in and eating all your food or your family. So your ego made sense there. But nowadays we deal with a lot of things known as paper tigers, where there are no actual threat to our well-being, but we stress about them a lot. So how do you strengthen your intuition, and how do you know if that's what's guiding you versus your ego? I'll use the example of moving to a new city. You're ready to spread your wings and try something new and experience something outside of what you're familiar with. There's a few things that happen. The ego jumps in and says, do not do this. It is expensive. You're not going to make it. You're going to be lonely. You're not going to have friends. You're not going to have a support system. This is bad. Don't do it. Don't move. Of course, finances are a very valid concern, because if you don't have money, then you can't pay for food. And then if you don't have food, you can't survive. But of course, if you have a plan in place and you have savings built up, or if you have a job that's secured there, or if you have a good solid plan of how you're going to make it work when you get there, that's another thing. But now, should you move? Because you're really questioning this, and yeah, of course it's kind of scary. Maybe you just want to experience something new. Maybe you know there's more opportunity for this new place out there. Maybe you just want to take a big risk in your life that you've never done before, and yeah, it's scary, but Now ask yourself, if I move, how will this make me feel? And pay attention to that immediate feeling that follows, because that is your authentic, natural reaction. Yeah, it might be scary, but at first, does it make you feel expansive? Does it make you feel free? Does it feel aligning and good? Does it fill you with a feeling of warmth and yes? Because your intuition is in there and telling you, yes, this might be the best thing for you. Yes, this might be a crazy journey, but you're going to learn so much on it, and this is good for you. If you stay where you are, maybe you've outgrown this space. Maybe there's more for you elsewhere. Or on the other side of that, maybe it's something that you're running away from, and you think that moving to a new place is going to fix all of that for you. You will get your answer if you ask yourself honestly. Another way that you can help strengthen your intuition in this is by a type of journaling called stream of thought journaling. Your intuition lives inside of you, and if you give it an instrument, it will play. So what I mean by that is take a pen and paper. You could do it on your phone, but I recommend doing it on pen and paper just because it's more fluid and more connected. Write down the question that you have, and then start answering it, and don't think about it as you're responding. It sounds kind of weird, but you can get into this kind of flow state of mind where your intuition is speaking through you and answering your question for you, and it is your deepest, most authentic self responding. So start off with a question: should I move to this new city? Will this be good for me? Yes or no? Why or why not? And then start answering it. You can consciously answer it, maybe give your intuition a little bit of kickstart to give yourself the confidence that you can answer it. Here are the reasons why I think I should move to this city. Reason number 1, and then just write. And trust me, even if it's just scribbles and not words yet, you will get into this flow state and you will answer your own question. I really hope this exercise has brought you a little bit of peace and brought you some strength so that you can trust your intuition and quiet that ego when you need it to be. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. I'm Melody Interstellar on socials, and if you have any requests on what you'd like to see in more of my videos in the future, please let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you. See you next time. Bye.